Commissioners meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Carter.
Here.
Madison. Here. McGuire. Here. Ortega.
Aye.
Reinhardt. McDonough.
Here, we'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Before we get into the approvals of the agenda and the minutes and the rest of our agenda, I want to take a moment here and recognize that mental illness has taken another individual from us. Leon Beckerman worked for Ramsey County for 31 years. The last dozen or so of those years, Leon worked in areas he did not pursue, but pursued him. He led many transitions in our county, always with steadfast resolve to bring folks along, to make change, to better serve our residents. Leon was a mentor and a friend to many and a leader among his peers. His legacy will live on in Ramsey County and beyond. To Leon's wife and children, we are thinking of you and we wish you our best. Mental illness affects many in our community, and we have a long way to go to address the stigma to ensure our physical and mental well-being are being taken care of. And with that, I would ask that we have a moment of silence and recognizing Leon Beckerman. Thank you. And with that, I would like to get approval for the agenda for June 4th, please.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call on the agenda.
Carter.
Yes.
Madison.
Yes.
McGuire.
Aye.
Ortega.
Aye.
McDonough.
Aye. Next is the approval of the minutes from May 28th.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any corrections? Roll call.
Carter.
Yes.
Madison.
Yes.
McGuire.
Aye.
Ortega.
Aye.
McDonough.
Aye. Commissioner Carter, you have the administrative items, but we'll be pulling item number 8.
All right, thank you. So I'd like to move the following items, numbered items from our administrative agenda. Number 5, number 6, number 7, and number 9. Number 8 has been pulled.
Yes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Carter.
Yes.
Madison.
Yes.
McGuire.
Aye.
Ortega.
Aye.
McDonough.
Aye. Number 8 is from our Finance Department, General Obligation Capital Improvement Plan Bonds, Series 2019A award sale, and I'd like a motion and a second.
So move.
Second.
And a second, and County Manager Ryan O'Connor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, I'm inviting Kathy Aho and Mark Thompson, our debt manager, up to the stand. Lee Merkins is on vacation this week. He picked the wrong week to get out of town.
Yes, yes.
We have some good news to share with you, and I'm going to let Mark share the good news today.
Well, really? Okay.
You get to do it, Mark.
Okay. I would like to, well, first of all, I'm the investment and debt manager, Mark Thompson, and this is Kathy Aho, our financial advisor from Baker Tilly, formerly Springstead. And we would just like to announce that we have received AAA ratings from both Standard & Poor's and S&P. And this has been our 17th year in a row, I think since 2001. And it puts us in the top 2.1% nationally. As far as our credit perspective goes, there's only 65 counties, I think, in the country that are AAA by both rating agencies. So it's quite an achievement and speaks well to the leadership of this county, speaks well to our economy and our tax base. And so we just wanted to share the good news this morning with our ratings. And with that,
Hey, Mark, before you go to the technical side, so just a couple pieces. I wanted to let Mark give the good news because Lee usually gets to give it, and I realized even though I was supposed to, I wasn't going to step on. It's a credit to Lee and Mark, the finance department, everybody across this organization who contributes to the financial stewardship that leads to that AAA bond rating. Those calls are in-depth and intense, and they dig through your organization and really dig underneath it. There are only 4 entities in Minnesota that are AAA bond rated by both entities, 65, I believe it is, across the country. And to continue to see Ramsey County in that spot's a really big deal.
Right. And if I may, I would like to thank a few people who helped, the bonding process takes 4 or 5 months. It started in January and ends in kind of a hectic pace going through the rating process, and that's in the final 2 weeks that we just went through. And there's a number of people I'd like to thank that participated, and I'd like to thank the county manager who participated for his first time, and the county assessor, Luis Rosario, and Tim Grawl, also from the assessor's office. In finance, of course, Lee Merkins, Renee Vaught, our acting financial reporting manager, and Nathan Scott, who's a budget analyst that works with me in the debt area. So it involves a lot of people, and it's a kind of an intense last couple of weeks. So I'd just like to thank those people. And with that, we're kind of at the end of our bonding process. With your approval, we'll award the bonds today, and we'll actually close on the bonds in late June. And yesterday, on our behalf, our financial advisor accepted bids from interested investors. And so she's here today to present to you those bids, which I think we'll be very happy with. And then we'll ask for your approval to award the bonds to the lowest bidder. So with that, I'll turn it over to Kathy, and she'll tell us about the bids.
Thank you, Mark. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, Commissioners. Just for the listening public, those two rating agencies, Standard & Poor's and Moody's, provide 95% of the ratings internationally. So to have them rank you at the very top is a really big deal. One of them also has an underlying support of that rating. They measure financial management assessment. And in that category also, the county is at the very top. They've both given you a stable outlook, which says that for the next 2 years, unless something dramatic happens to you, they expect that those ratings will be maintained. So congratulations. You breathe rare air here. We like that. Also for the listening public, those ratings translate directly into interest rate savings. So a source of community pride, yes, but also real dollars and cents. So it's like going out and getting your home mortgage. The better your credit rating, the lower your mortgage rate will be, and the same thing happens with the county. So we enjoyed a very successful bid yesterday. At the beginning of this calendar year, everyone was expecting interest rates would go up. They have not done that. They have come down. The market is kind of amazed at itself for being able to support the low interest rate levels that we're enjoying right now. You got 7 bids, and they're summarized on the yellow sheet that was passed out. The lowest bid came from FTN Financial Capital Markets, that's First Tennessee, at a 2.3985%. In our recommendations, we had been running those numbers at a 2.75, so the economics of this are much better than what you had seen in those recommendations, so no surprises there. The bids went up to a 2.53%, so pretty narrow bidding range. Very nice results for the county, and we would recommend that you accept the bid of FTN Financial. Just one note that after the bids were received, we do allow for us to adjust the maturities so that we get the actual bid and we can make sure that we maintain the levy dollar figures that Mark has given us on the front end, so there aren't any blips in that budget process. And those adjustments resulted in a minor adjustment to the rate of a 2.4046. That's noted at the bottom of the yellow sheet that you have.
Great.
Mr. Chair.
Kathy, thank you. Any questions or comments from commissioners?
Just great job.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Mark,
Thank you.
I want to thank you and your team and continuing assisting us well, County Manager O'Connor and the management of our organization. And congratulations to this board. This is a direct reflection on the decisions we make here that start to set the policy and set the budget for this county and moving forward in partnership with the county manager and implementing and managing that budget. So thank you for all your work to your team. And Kathy, thanks again for being here another year with great news. And we're going to continue to look forward to continuing this into the future.
Thank you.
All right. So with that, we'll have a roll call on item number 8, please.
Carter,
Yes.
Mattis Castillo.
Yes.
McGuire.
Aye.
Ortega.
Aye.
McDonough.
Aye. County Manager Ryan O'Connor, County Connections.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, I got a slate of updates today, all sorts of things going on. A couple weeks ago, I previewed something that we're bringing back today because it's actually June 4th for real this time. It is my pleasure to actually announce this time that our Families Achieving Success Today, it's our FAST program, was one of 3 programs across the country to receive Goodwill Industries International Center of Excellence in Mission Innovation Award. FAST is an innovative partnership between Ramsey County Workforce Solutions, Goodwill Easter Seals, and a network of other partner organizations, including the American Indian Family Center, Minnesota Care Partner, Minnesota Community Care, our Social Services Department, Mary Kay Boyd as an elder from the community, and families themselves. This program has provided more than 300 Ramsey County MFIP families experiencing multiple barriers with culturally informed services on wellness, well-being, and employment. FAST model has truly been a demonstration of partnership and collaboration, and I'd like to invite up Ling Becker from Workforce Solutions and some representatives from FAST so we can say thanks.
Welcome.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Mr. Chair, Commissioners. Let them join me here. We have some representatives from, I'll introduce them in a moment, from Goodwill and from our staff. This is really an honor to be able to share this award with the county board this morning. This award and this program is a testament of when we co-create and co-locate shared services with our community partners, the type of success that can happen in the community. This program is targeted to families who have been on MFIP for extended periods of time, and we've been able to achieve tremendous success through a multidisciplinary team, including mental, physical health providers, cultural elders, cultural services, county case managers, and more to provide coordinated full family services in the community. So this morning, I'm proud to have with me Sheila Olson, who's Vice President of Programs for Goodwill Easter Seals. She's also on our Ramsey County WIB. I also have with me Angela Cardella, who is a staff member at Workforce Solutions and supervisor of the FAST program, and Kate Probert, who many of you know, who's our manager of that program. And then Andrew Freeberg, who is the Director of Community Programs for Goodwill Easter Seals, and I've asked Andrew to say a couple words.
Great. Welcome.
And to show off the
Congratulations.
award.
Yes. Look at that.
I can hold it.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate the time and the opportunity to be here to share with you the success that you and so many have contributed to this unique, innovative project. There are over 160 Goodwill organizations in the nation, and each year Goodwill Industries International selects a small handful of programs to be designated as a center for excellence. And we were extremely grateful and honored to be designated with that status this year in 2019 for the unique and innovative partnership between Ramsey County Workforce Solutions and Goodwill Easter Seals, Minnesota. And as the list of partners were read, this would not be possible without all of those partners contributing. This is a true collaborative community effort. And this is about leadership, this is about innovation, this is about the will of leaders to serve residents of Ramsey County. And along with Sheila Olson, we are extremely proud to have the opportunity to contribute to that leadership in our community, applying our individualized placement and support program model that Goodwill Easter Seals is working on and refining and continuing to look for opportunities to innovate. And lastly, and it was mentioned that this program is truly about the families. This is about residents of Ramsey counties. The families served in FAST face long-term barriers. Many have often not worked for years. Having reached their time limit on TANF eligibility, it would be easy in some ways for many to give up on these individuals. But as we say in FAST, we always believe in and never give up on any participant and their families. Work is possible, education is possible, the dreams and aspirations of the families we serve matter. And we collaborate to provide a warm, inclusive, impactful environment. And I want to say a special thanks to my partner and colleague, Kate Probert, for her leadership and her will and her ongoing efforts to continue to emphasize this program. And Lingbecker and Angela Cardella. Again, just a part of this strong team. So thank you for the opportunity to be here to share this award, and thank you all for everything that you do to support as well.
Good, congratulations, and thanks for all your efforts. And I do want to connect this back to my opening statement. We talked about the legacy of Leon in our county and the work he's done, but actually, this is quite a achievement here. For over the last 12 months, Leon's been helping lead the transition in workforce solutions to prepare for Ling's leadership and to make that transition, but to earn an award such as this at the same time just demonstrates the commitment and the abilities that Leon has demonstrated within our county, and I just wanted to take a moment and connect that back. Good. Tony.
I also just wanted to say thank you so much. I've watched your success throughout the years. And of course, there have been a lot of hills and valleys to go through, but you all have been holding on to families for a number of years in Fast 1, in Fast 2, and now Sustainable Fast, we pray. But the point is, the point is that we have worked here in Ramsey County. I want to thank the staff to identify those kernels of work that really are too generational, that really do reach out not just to those individuals, but to their families, that connect to the stakeholder partners, and make certain that families who are having difficulty even in schools, for example, have some assistance to help work through those issues. So I know this is about work, and that is very, very important, but those barriers which keep people from working are far, far and many. And so I want to thank you for addressing all that you can, and in particular for being based in the family themselves. Workforce Solutions for understanding that this is the kind of work that we have to do with the community. And all of you for understanding that it is, in fact, the leadership of those families who are never giving up on themselves or on our communities that truly is the success. So thanks again, and I wish you many, many, many years of FAST.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner McGuire.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, don't go away yet. It's still coming.
Yeah, sorry. We just wanted to say thanks so much. I just want to also recognize the work. I was lucky to go to you had a big event a couple of weeks ago, and you were honoring different workers that have really made such a difference in their community, but just the fact that you've enabled this amazing workforce in the work that you do. And I'm one of those that thinks of Goodwill as a great recycler and reuser of items, but this is so great when you're doing this great workforce work as well. So thank you. I know at some point we need to recognize you for all the work that you do for our environment, because Goodwill is a great environmental company. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thanks for your work.
Yeah.
Thank you all. There's not a day that goes by where I don't hear someone say, do you know about the FAST program and all the good work going on? So I'm really glad we got to celebrate it here. Turning to another piece, back on your agenda today on item 5 that you approved regarding Pig's Eye Lake, I just want to make a couple of points about the uniqueness in the partnership to the restoration. The Army Corps of Engineers provided $3.2 million to the project, secured $8 million total in federal funds. Park received $4.3 million through the Lessard Sam's Outdoor Heritage Council, which took a lot of work up at the Capitol in a year when not a lot of things got funded. It's the first time these funds from the Lessard Sam's have been awarded within the core metro area. The Army Corps is very excited about this as a first, and we've been extremely grateful for the partnership. The project will ultimately include 7 islands, sand benches, marsh habitat, native plantings, all sorts of pieces that are really going to take an area and transform it. And the big takeaway I wanted to leave you with is we're working with the Corps and other partners on a groundbreaking type event for the community and news media in the future, and we'll keep you up to date on that. But this is one of those items that looks like on an agenda, the work that we do here, but I underappreciate the degree to which doing this work in a core urban environment in a federal, state, local partnership the way we are is really innovative. Kudos to Parks and everybody else who's been a part of that. 2 others, if you are an All Abilities Transportation Network intern, can you please raise your hand today? Welcome, welcome. Summer has hit and we got interns everywhere. It's great, brings energy to the organization. 3 departments within the Economic Growth Community Investment Service team, Public Works, Parks and Rec, and Community Economic Development are partnering to offer a new All Abilities Transportation Network internship program. So we have 6 interns total for this cohort this summer. They come from various academic backgrounds: urban planning, landscape architecture, public policy, engineering, economics, and so much more. This summer and beyond, the goal is to develop skills in community engagement, design, communication, while working on many of these high-priority transportation projects that ramp up and get implemented during our summer months. It involves rush line and riverview, redevelopment like the riverfront properties, park master planning work, roadway projects, asset management, and Commissioner McGuire, active living
Yes,
Ramsey
I
County
was just waiting- I was
communities.
waiting for that.
You get your bingo space.
I know.
The interns will also benefit from professional development opportunities that we're doing through the partnership with the University of Minnesota Center for Transportation Studies. And so I'm personally glad to welcome these interns to Ramsey County for the summer. I think this is a big step forward in moving out of developing projects in silos alone and trying to say, how do we bring individuals and different experiences together as a part of that work? If you get an opportunity, please say hi to them today, and I look forward to the opportunity to talk with everybody later. So welcome. And finally, I'm going to invite Deputy County Manager Karen Francois up. I wanted to end on this note. So following the adoption of the county board's vision, mission, and goals, and the endorsement of the talent attraction, retention, and promotion work, I'm happy to now have us do an update on on a part of that work that Ms. Francois has been leading. Part of our work has been around redefining or defining what our Ramsey County culture and values look like. And you may remember before the redo of the vision, mission, goals, we had vision, mission, goals, values, operating principles, but we had to step back and really reset what that looks like and where we want to go. And I want Karen just to talk a little bit about the work over the past year, what that's looked like, who was engaged, and the outcome of that, which is going to go live today. And I think it really shows how what started at this table is becoming a part of the heart and soul of the organization.
Welcome, Karen.
Thank you. Thank you, County Manager. And Mr. Chair, Commissioners, I'm very happy to be here today to begin the rollout of our talent attraction, retention, and promotion strategic priority, culture and values work. I was asked to lead this work about a year ago when I first got to the county by the county manager. And since then, we've built on all of the valuable work that the staff and others did before I got to the county. And we were able to build on especially the survey, the all-employee survey, and all-employee focus groups that were done back in 2017 to give us an opportunity to hear the voices of employees across the county. And because of all of that work, our primary goal over this past year has been to produce a culture and values statement to both guide all of us as Ramsey County employees in our day-to-day work, as well as to inform and guide decision-making in the other 3 talent priority themes. As Ryan mentioned, this afternoon we're going to be introducing the culture and values statement in a From the County Manager column, along with a video on RamseyNet. We'll also be introducing a colorful culture and values poster that employees, all of us as employees, are encouraged to print and put in our work areas. And going forward, we're going to be rolling out some other tools that will reinforce the culture and values statement in different high visibility ways, from large format posters to other tchotchkes. If you look at your screens now, I think you'll be able to see, yes, these are things that are very familiar to you: our vision, our mission and goals, and our organizational structure. And later this afternoon, this is what is going to go live on RamseyNet. You can see here the results of the information that we synthesized from the listening sessions that we had, the focus groups, the survey, hearing the very many voices of staff that participated over these past few months and years to come up with what we actually value. We value people, integrity, community, equity, and leadership. a descriptive sentence that defines each one of these values, a list of individual behaviors, and a list of what we can do as an organization in our operational decision-making will be available as an everyday resource on ramseynet.us/values. Who and what we value goes far beyond just words on a page, of course. And that's why the next phase of our work is critically important. To ensure maximum buy-in and behavioral change that's transforming, an organizational change management team will be engaging with employees through meetings, lunch and learn opportunities, and other outreach. This team will also be working to incorporate our values into operational processes such as performance appraisals, new employee orientations, and staff recognition, to name a few. I'd like to take this time to thank our team, especially Elizabeth Tolzman, who is our Director of Policy and Planning, Kathy Hedin, who is our Interim Director of Public Health, and Shantan Howell, who is our Project Manager from our very own Project Management Office, all of whom serve on our core team, as well as the 20 other employees from across all of our service teams and the strategic team who have helped to drive this work forward over the past months. I'm very pleased and proud of the work that our team has brought forward here, and I hope you are as well. Today is just the beginning. We will continue to provide progress reports on culture and values as part of our regular talent attraction, retention, and promotion strategic priority updates going forward.
Karen, thank you, and thanks to your team. And this really reflects the importance of not just what we do in the county, but how we do it.
Yes.
And the importance of how we do it really makes the big difference in our community. And I want to appreciate and recognize the work that you've put into this and to all of your team members here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Ryan?
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I'll just
Thank
end
you.
with a thanks to Karen as well for putting time into this over the last year, in addition to all the other work on things like the property tax receipting, the electronic receipting system, and all these items as well. I intentionally stayed a step away and asked some new people to step into this space because they both can see the organizational culture that exists today while also helping chart a path based on the work that we've done over the last few years. So to get to see what came back from a diverse group that cuts across our organization at different levels of work was a real exciting thing for me, and I think for many others as well. And I don't think it matters if you've been here a short time or a long time. And in the context of your earlier point about receiving an award today where, it reflects Leon's role as well, I think this is another spot where we see our behaviors come through in a way where it's a great celebration of the type of people who come to work here and give their life to the organization to make this a better place. And I thank Karen for her leadership in that space.
Thank you,
Thank
Karen.
you.
Yep. All done?
All done.
Page 4.
Sorry about that.
Or-
I'll take off a couple
good
of
stuff.
weeks.
All good stuff.
Don't be sorry. We
All
love
good
to hear
stuff.
it.
Commissioner Carter,
love
outside
to
board
hear
and
it.
community reports, please.
Okay, so I will mention just that I was able to attend and celebrate together with community partners this past week, including the Hmong American Partnership, who celebrated their entry into being a national OIC partner, Opportunities Industrialization Center. So they have been doing job training and career preparation out of Hmong American Partnership for some years. That work is evolving, and now they are connected and officially launched their center as an Opportunities Industrialization Center last week. So congratulations to the board and community of Hmong American Partnership. We celebrated that on the corner of Western and University, which was the old My Village location, now Tapestry Restaurant. And Tapestry in and of itself is a job training center, as they are training right there in that location live for us to taste and enjoy, people for the culinary arts. I also was able to attend the YWCA celebration along, I believe, with Commissioner Matis Castillo, right? And it was a wonderful celebration of the work that they have been doing with families. building capacity for families. Phyllis Goff received the high awards for her work and contributions, not only as a YWCA board member, but also across our communities over many, many years. And there were also celebrations of the women who have, through the YWCA, recovered their lives and are now celebrating their ability to support their children and to live vibrant and successfully in our community. I wasn't able to attend Warrant Resolution Day, and there may be someone around this table who was able to drop in. I'll just say that I understand that this Warrant Resolution Day, which was a partnership with our community, again, was an excellent, well-attended event. There were over 700 people who came to handle their warrants on that day, who were assured that we would work with them to work through resolutions. And the last Warrant Resolution Day, which was held at High School for Recording Arts. This one was at Washington Technology Magnet. At the last event, which I was able to attend, there were people standing in the line then just saying thank you so much for this opportunity. Some, of course, which were years old and were haunting them and disabling them from the ability to go and get work and again, be successful. So I'm thankful that we were able to do this again. We're working as a county on incorporating the ability to easily resolve warrants on a more regular basis within our offices. I also attended the Association of Minnesota Counties District meeting along with Commissioners McGuire, and there was a presentation there on risk management, particularly for human resources. And it was surprising that there is a phone line that the Association of Minnesota Counties has put up for human resources issues. And in particular, it's helpful for small counties, we would think, who have human resources concerns and do not have staff. But even for our large counties, it's important to note that we have questions which, if not quickly resolved, can put us at high risk. And we were able to understand that even our large counties use that telephone line, so it was helpful to be there. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner McGuire.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll just add a few comments about our District 10 meeting, which is our district of all the metropolitan counties where we come together, and we learned they did an analysis of what happened during the session for counties in general. And just to let you all know, we'll be getting, when we have the final analysis of the bills and how they really impacted Ramsey County specifically, we'll be either doing a workshop, I think, or we'll be having a longer presentation on what happened at the legislature. But we did hear that.
But I forgot one thing about that.
Go.
May I interrupt her?
Sure, go.
To let you know.
With Commissioner McGuire's permission.
Certainly,
you may interrupt her.
absolutely.
So it looked to me as though Commissioner McGuire was moving on, and we do need to know that Commissioner McGuire is standing as a candidate for second vice president at the Association of Minnesota Counties. And so she announced her candidacy there, and we look very, very forward to supporting her and to your fine leadership.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Yes, it's a great organization, and as we all know, all the counties are stronger together, and so to have an association like that we've all been a part of and can move forward as counties with our legislative partners and our congressional partners is really important. So that's the movement forward in that area especially. So thank you for that. And so that was District 10. Just a few other things that did happen. We did have a Suburban Ramsey Family Collaborative meeting, and as you have all you've noticed, and there were some articles in the paper too, about our work that we're coming together to have discussions around our collaboratives coming together. And that work was started at the Suburban Family Collaborative last week. And I would say that people are very interested in learning more about that and in really doing what's best for children and families in Ramsey County. That is the focus of all of our work. It's the focus of that collaborative work, and whatever we can do to make sure that children and families remain at the focus of our work is prominent in all of our minds. So we're willing to take those steps forward in looking at that. Also, just to let you know, a couple things coming up. The Ramsey County Library Summer Reading Program kicks off this Saturday at the library in Roseville, Ramsey County Library in Roseville. We'll be kicking that off, and that's such a great program. I just would say that is, when I was very young, my library that I started the summer reading program in. Read many, many books out of that library. So, and then also, just to let you know that the legislative session is over, as we know. Just be watching for all of your legislators are going to be having town hall meetings, I think. There's one for my legislators is coming up this Saturday, but they're going to be doing a briefing on what they saw happening in the session and moving forward. So just be watching out for legislative town hall meetings. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Ortega.
Last Thursday, Commissioner Reinhardt and myself hosted a tour on the Rush Line. And I know other commissioners wanted to be there, but were caught up with conflicts. But we had a great turnout. We had legislators, we had the Met Council folks, we had few mayors of the cities along the line. The Rush Line is from the Union Depot to White Bear and Maplewood, along right away the Bruce Vento Trail. So it was very, I was impressed. I got several emails in the following days from Met Council members and legislators saying how they really liked the tour. They found it informative, and the connections they made to all the health services and employment centers. And I was quite surprised because I've never received emails after a tour from folks saying how they enjoyed it. And you and I have been on quite a few of them, Jim.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to give the staff credit. I mean, Brian Isaacson, Frank Alacon, Andy Gitsaff, and Mike Rogers did a fantastic job. They nailed it. And it was on time, and it wasn't burdensome. You didn't want to get out. I mean, it was just very well done. So I want to give kudos to the staff.
Great. Thanks. Thank you. Well done. Commissioner Mattis Castillo.
Yes, I apologize. I have a few updates. First, I just want to say it was a very busy week, and it's summer now, so we're all really busy. But I was able to attend the American Indian Family Center open house, which was really incredible, and they're doing really great work serving American Indian families in culturally specific ways through healing, mental health, and a great collaboration with Ramsey County. So we had train days this weekend at the Union Depot, which was fantastic. The folks from Great River Rail Collaborative have some great new handouts that they're using to talk about the second train, to include all the stops and routes. So we'll make sure you all get these. We also have these great new pins that we're wearing so that people can start talking. We did some great work this session talking about the second train with our legislators so that next year in our bonding year, we can go back and ask for that money. But really great work. And all the people who put on train days at the Union Depot, from our property management and public works and our communications team too. Also, I attended a Stop For Me event last week, which is really, oh my gosh, no one's stopping, is what it should be called. So really to think about that. In fact, there's another one tonight. I'd invite our new All Abilities interns if you'd like to join me. It will give you a rush of all times, but we'll be stopping at Dale and Charles, but really to demonstrate how we need to slow our roads down. And I am so grateful to our public works staff that are working on, changing our county roads from 4-3 and thinking about pedestrian safety. Because I can assure you, on Dale Street last week at an intersection, as we were crossing, people are not stopping. They're driving faster and faster, honking at pedestrians and all the vulgarities, to include our undercover law enforcement on site. So really to think about pedestrian safety as people are moving about. So there will be another Stop For Me event tonight at Dale Rail, and Charles. Everyone is welcome to join me. And then I just want to touch, I attended on behalf of our board and have been working on the public sector leadership around our unsheltered homelessness. And we had our meeting yesterday, our initial results from the point-in-time count, which was taken in January on our coldest nights this year, of people who were outside. So that doesn't count the folks that were in shelters of any kind, that is outside. Our numbers have risen 3 times as they did last year. We are now at 1,156 people that are experiencing unsheltered homelessness in our regional area. So just to put that in perspective, that means that if in one night everyone in Gem Lake was homeless 2 times, right? Because their population isn't even that size. We have 571 cities in Minnesota that are smaller than our current unsheltered homeless population in the Twin Cities. So to think about this crisis and how we're working, and we are at the table working hard on solutions as well as our partners across the region, but really to keep this on the table and so that folks are paying attention, because we truly are in crisis. We've got a lot of work to do. There's been an incredible design team of people who have experienced homelessness, that are experiencing, and staff experts that have created a design for us to carry forward. And I think we're doing great work at Ramsey County with our partners at the city in a way that we haven't partnered before. And that's big credit to the relationship between County Manager Ryan O'Connor and Deputy Mayor Jamie Tincher really have changed that partnership, and I appreciate that, and we have a lot of work to do. But just know that, keep that on your forefront, is that as we see, as you're driving anywhere in the district, you're seeing tents pop up, we're seeing folks outside, and so we've got a lot of work and priorities to do, and share that with your partners across the region and in District 10 from the AMC. I hope they're paying attention, that we have that work to do. And then one last thing, this weekend is our citywide cleanup. And so if people have things that they are been waiting to clean out their garages, their storerooms, that need to be recycled and recovered. That's happening at the state fairgrounds starting at 6:30 in the morning and all day on Saturday. So folks can come in with their carloads of stuff, and I will be out there to help you unload your car.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And just if I could just maybe add to the sense of urgency and the gravity of the point-time count. The over 1,100 number is counted by volunteers, and that they do not go into the woods. They don't go into the secluded parts of our community where we know this number is actually much higher. We know that because not everybody is getting counted. We depend on volunteers to do the best job they can in keeping themselves safe throughout that evening, making that count. But that number is probably 20 to 25% even higher than the 1,100 that is recognized in the point-in-time count. All right, as soon as we adjourn, we're going to be moving into 2 executive sessions. The first executive session will be a claim of KE in the Minnesota Department of Human Rights versus Ramsey County, and that's closed to the public. And our second executive session, also closed to the public, is a claim of Terrell Isaiah Wilson. And with that, we're adjourned, and we'll meet down in 220.